time for city gigs. Want the dirty track me for meti so witty.
Officially the entertainment segment time. This is Entertainment Thursday right here on Good Morning Kenya. My name is Vivian Degwa alongside our DJ, the baddest in the continent. His name is Unique the DJ, and we start off with our very first interview, and this is a good one. We have an artist who is Nigerian. His name is Zexzy, and he's here to just tell us about his musical journey, you know, and just how far he's come as a musician to be where he is right now. He has one of the biggest songs. I'm sure you might know this song. He got to collaborate with our very own Sophia Nzau, a song that has garnered up to 16+ million views on YouTube and millions of streams this far. Zexzy, welcome to Good Morning Kenya.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nawapenda, Kenya.
Yes.
I've been working on my Swahili, but it feels good to be here. My second time coming to Kenya. First time I came for a music video. We had collaborated with Sophia Nzau.
Yeah.
Came for the music video. It was awesome. Always warm in Kenya. I mean, the reception was great. Lovely people. We had a great time. We left, and then, you know, here we are again. I'm actually here for the East African Entertainment Awards.
Yeah.
And then we decided to also shoot another music video here in Kenya, because I mean, Kenya is home to me, and anytime I'm here, the hospitality is always great, and I'm always eager to do stuff with people that I find here. So it's been great, it's been awesome, and thank you guys for holding it down for Africa all the time.
For sure, it's amazing to have you here. And I get intrigued by fashion. I love fashion. So your look is really doing the thing right now. Before we get into speaking about music, can you talk a bit about your look? You know, whatever you're having here, the things you have on your fingers, are those rings?
Yeah.
I love your shoes. You know, let's just talk about this look before we get.
Vivian, like you said, you have. I have a passion for. It's all about style. It's what you see in your mind, and you just. So, in the way that you dress. So it first starts with how you see, you know, yourself in your mind, and then you try to present yourself like that. So when I have a picture of what I want to look like, I start to look for the accessories that will make me look that way. So the accessories are the raw materials that you finally put together to have a finished product.
Yeah.
So for me, fashion has always been something I've been involved with right from when I was a kid. I always like to dress up and you know, look different from the crowd. So it's all about standing out for me and just, you know, being bold with your fashion statement, but at the same time not too provocative, but at the same time you have to, you know, make a statement whenever you step out.
It definitely does make a statement, and I think it's just something with Nigerians and fashion. It's a given. We have given it to you. You take the crown. You know, you and fashion as Nigerians, it's just a whole thing. I was saying, even when you attend funerals in Nigeria, you go showing.
We like to show out.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we give it to you. You take the crown. You know. All right, let's get into you as the Zexzy the musician now. You started off quite early in your life, you know, you had that musical ear from a very early stage in your life, and then you went on to start off by doing jingles, if I'm not wrong. Just tell me about that journey, and when you officially decided, okay, now I think it's time for me to start doing, you know, to do music full on and put my music out there for the world to listen.
Okay, so so when I was little, I had elder brothers who liked music so much, so they would play a lot of reggae music. So I would listen. As at that time, I wasn't so much into music because I felt like my elder brother likes playing loud music, and I felt like this guy just likes to disturb the house. But then I started to pick up on the music, started to like them. They started to become the soundtrack of my life as at that time. You know, sometimes when you're going through stuff, maybe you're not so happy, and then they're playing a song on the radio, or your elder brother is playing a tape, and you're just listening, and then you're thinking with that music. So as you're growing up, anytime you hear that song, it brings back those memories. So I started to fall in love with music. I got into the choir, started singing. I was high-pitched, tenor singer in the choir. And then after some time, I lost my singing voice. I had a condition called rhinitis.
Yeah.
Did 2 nasal operations. It was crazy. Just trying to get back my voice, because my voice as at that time became like my #1 weapon. When I go somewhere and I sing, people, like me and all that. So when I lost that voice, it was so devastating. So I had to try to pick myself back up. So I started rapping, because I couldn't sing anymore.
Yeah.
I just couldn't let the music go.
Yeah.
I started rapping, and gradually my voice started coming back, started recovering my voice. And then I started doing jingles for companies, because I needed to make some money and all that.
Yeah.
But then eventually I got signed by Maple Grove Entertainment. And that was when we really went full head on into the professional side of being a musician. But yeah, I started writing music quite early, because I started with poetry. After doing poetry for a while, I wanted to turn them into melodies. So I was trying to, sometimes I'll write "I love you" ×3, and I'll say "I love you," and it wasn't working. But one of those days in the bathroom, I just opened my mouth and I sang a song, and I was like, oh, that sounded like a real melody, not the "I love you" ×3 I've been doing. So, and then from there, I just got graduating into doing different genres of music, because I listen to rock and roll, I listen to jazz music, I listen to Afrobeats, pop music, R&B, and I just allow all of these genres to influence me. I don't box myself in and say, oh, you know what, I'm from this country. If you teach me enough Swahili, I would do a song in Swahili. I enjoy doing music.
That's amazing. I want to take you back to the time when you lost your voice, I can imagine just how traumatizing that must have been, because I mean, it's your voice, and
Yes.
you love to, we all love to use our voices, and you as a singer, of course, must have been tragic. How long did that period, how long were you in that period where you lost your voice, and just maybe what are some of the lessons that you got to pick from that?
It was a valley that at some point I didn't know if I would get out of it. It took more than 10 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, nothing short of 15 years, because it happened when I was still in high school.
Yeah.
And then going from this guy who would sing in the choir, like all the females were scared of me then, because my pitch was so high.
Yeah.
So and then all of a sudden you just wake up one day and you don't have the voice anymore. It started as, okay, maybe I'm having this nasal blockage, it's just catarrh, it was going to go. And then, I kept on taking the normal antibiotics, it wasn't working. So it went on for so long that I had to start telling my dad, look, this thing is affecting my studies, because in Nigeria, the only way to get your parents to pay attention to anything, if you tell them it affects your studies. Nobody wants to hear that you want to become a musician. So I used to tell my dad, man, this thing is affecting my studies. I can't concentrate. I was always complaining. So that was when we went to a doctor, and then he did the first operation. I came out even worse than I entered, because as at this time, they had meddled so much with all the inflammable things in my nose. There was blood clots everywhere. So I couldn't even sing anymore. That healed, but then it still did not take away the nasal blockage. So after a couple of years, I went back to the hospital. It did another nasal operation. It still did not go. That was when I felt like, okay, I think I need to let go of singing. And then I started rapping, because my voice became so deep. So then I'll get rappers that had deep voice, and then try to get them as my mentor. Started to rap like them and all that, just to build my own thing. But to your question as to what I learned in that time, prior to me losing my voice, it's like when Jesus Christ says Satan became very pompous. When you go somewhere and you can sing so well, and then people just love you, people want to do things for you, you become very pompous. But what I learned in that valley was that, whatever you have is a gift. and you should serve people with it and not lord over them.
I love that.
So I learned that lesson the hard way, going through all that, and I started to realize that, okay, so this is how people feel, because now I became so vulnerable. I became so open to attacks. The music was a shield and an armor. I mean, people can, even with criticisms, I never felt anything. So now that I don't have that armor anymore, the shots were coming right in. So I now understood how it felt for people on the other side when I just say things and throw shots, and I didn't know how they felt because they probably didn't have the armor that I had. And then I started to tell myself that I needed to be a better person, and started to learn how to take, you know, hard criticisms this time, like in the face. But in all, also with the pitch that I started to get back, because every tone of voice has its own kind of sound. It's like when you have baritone, you want to sing like, maybe like, what's this guy's name? Barry White, you know, and then maybe if you have a softer tone, you want to sing like Usher because his tone sounds like yours. So in that progression from, you know, from very thick voice to my voice opening up gradually and getting different tones, I started doing different genres of music. You know, sometimes my voice is cracked, I'll sing a rock song and I'll sing it very well, and then it gets thinner and I'm singing an Usher song and I'm singing it. So I started to, you know, evolve, and I discovered that I could use my voice in different ways. I could close my voice and use it in a way. I could open it more. So I was now more intentional with my tone, which has culminated in the album that is being worked on right now. It's completed already, but we just want to drop some singles before the album drops eventually in August. It's titled Every Sound. You know, just from the title, you can tell that, you know, it's a mashup of different sounds. You have jazz, you have rock and roll, you have Afro beats, you have pop, you have classical music. So we are aiming to have like the most eclectic album in the world. So that's the target. It's a 30-tracker album. It's beautiful. I can't wait for the world to hear it.
Yeah, so it's coming out in August.
August, yes.
All right, we'll be waiting on that. Let's talk about your collaboration with the very talented Sophia Nzau. How did that collabo come to be?
Okay, when we did Amapiano, so I was in the studio after finishing my own part of the song. We felt like we've always wanted, you know, inroads into East Africa, but we didn't know how that was going to happen. And then after doing the song, my manager was like, okay, he needed to get somebody who can do some, you know, something in East African language. And then he went on Fiverr. So it's not like we met her like, okay, maybe, yeah, she was there.
You got her on Fiverr?
Yes, she was on Fiverr. Then she would just do verses for people. They pay her, and that's how she was just churning out, you know, collabos. So we met her on Fiverr. He sent her the stems of the song. She listened and then did her verse. Initially, I was not so crazy about, you know, collaboration, but when she sent her verse, I was like, wow, this is amazing. We need to shoot a video. She was going to come to Nigeria. We felt like, no, she's the lady. We need to go to her. And not her coming to us in Nigeria. So, and then we also wanted that East African experience. So that was when the entire team came to Kenya, and then we shot the video. We met Sophia for the first time. She had an amazing team, lovely lady to work with, and that was how we did that video. And
yeah, it's a beautiful. I guess we can get to listen to it, and then we get back to the interview. Can we get to listen to Sophia Nzau and Zexzy's song Amapiano? Love it for sure. It's so beautiful to see, you know, just those collaborations. I love it. African collaborations, Africans coming together and just doing things together. It's a beautiful thing to see. And then there's something you mentioned. You said, you know, after finding Sophia on Fiverr, you decided, we'll come to her. She's the lady, not the other way around. Kevin, when are you listening? Are you listening? Just this morning we were having a conversation on, you know, there's a lady who proposed to the gentleman. And I mean, it's supposed to be the other way around. Huh? So,
the world is changing, and everybody's learning to pursue what they want and not wait. Because if you wait, another lady may snatch the guy. So she needs to make her move and shoot her shot.
So unfortunate that we've gotten there. But anyway, Unique, you had a question.
Are we expecting maybe any other Kenyan collab of, apart from the one they did with the Sophia?
There was this guy I was watching on YouTube,
Nashinsky.
Yeah,
he's one of the best we have.
One of the
best. Top 3. I just loved, you know, the sound of his music. And it was someone I told my manager, I was like, okay, this is somebody I'd like to work with. And then, of course, BN is somebody I've always admired, his voice, the tone of his voice, just the way he carries the music and everything. So he's somebody I'm also looking forward to working with.
He's a music genius for sure.
Yes.
For sure he is.
And like I said initially, I'm working on my Swahili. So we are going to go toe to toe.
Okay. So you're already in talks with the BN?
Not really.
Not really.
But I just have it in the works. Yeah, I have it.
Those would be really, really good collabs. I hope that you get to manage your way to just, you know, have talks and have those songs out, you know, have something out together. You've also gotten to collaborate with Quavo.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. That's a big collaboration.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how that came to be before we get to talk about the new song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was Quavo's Anthem was a song that it just came to me because as at that time I was listening to his music a lot, and then for me, who is a singer-songwriter, I can actually just like get into your sound and listen to what I think if I were you. This is what I would sing. So that's how I kind of like writing songs for people. So we did that song, and then my team sent it over to his team. As at that time, he was already like in the wee hours of dropping his album. So it was like, you know, his album is almost out, and he already has a creative direction. But that, I mean, it's a song he would be glad to feature on. And I was like, why not? Let's do it. So he jumped on the song. He was so happy to do it, and we enjoyed working on that one with him. And yeah, today that song is out there, titled Quavo's Anthem. For those who haven't heard it, it's a great hip-hop song. So you can see all the way from Amapiano straight to hip-hop.
To hip-hop. Like your sound is so versatile. You can do almost everything.
It just gives you an inkling to what the album is going to sound. It's titled Every Sound. We have great tracks in there. Oh Africa, Air Hostess. The songs are just, you know, so different. Like you can go from one song to the next and you would tell it's the same artist that it's. So, and that's how I want to be. People call me the music chameleon. So I just change with
you camouflage into every one of the sounds that you get onto. Beautiful for sure. All right, let's talk about the new song.
Yes.
That talk about it.
Yeah, Sit Down Pony is a song dropped last week Friday. It's on all digital streaming platforms right now. So actually, when we got done doing the song, we're like, okay, since we're going for the East African Entertainment Awards, And we know Kenyans are beautiful people. We did this lovely Amapiano video here. Why don't we do another video? And that was when we decided to also shoot the music video. It has been shot. And I hope KBC will give it all the push that it needs. So I thank you guys for all the support. So the music video is done and almost ready. And soon, of course, it's going to be everywhere, YouTube, all channels across the world. So it's a song, it's just a feel-good song. A song to just between lovers and, you know, just talking about company, boy and girl type of thing. So that was what that one was about. And it has an Indian vibe to it because, you know, talking about Every Sound, because this is a single off the Every Sound album. We wanted something that would also have an Indian feel, an Asian feel. And you would see that in the video, and even just from the vocals of the song. So in the end part, you could hear where I was saying, "You're cooling my body, my Johnny Ma, Johnny Ma." So Johnny Ma in Hindu, as in Indian culture, is my love.
Okay.
Yeah. So we needed to pivot to India on that one, and yeah, it's just a feel-good song. You guys listen to it. I'm sure you would enjoy it.
No, we cannot wait for the video to be out so that we get to just see the magic that you got to do in there. This is where we get to end this interview, but before we finish, I would love for you to speak to your Kenyan fans. Just say a word to them, also let them know where to find your music, where to stream it, where to find it on YouTube, and where to find you as well on social media.
Now, Apenda Kenya, thank you guys so much for all the support. From touchdown to now, it's just been warm reception all way, every day. Thank you, VVD. Thank you, KBC. Thank you, everybody, for the support. I appreciate you guys. So you can find me on Instagram on Mr. Zexzy, MRZEXZY. On Facebook is Zexzy, ZEXZY. On TikTok is @King Zexzy, KINGZEXZY. And on YouTube is also Zexzy, ZEXZY. I thank you guys so much. I love Kenya. This will always be my home. You guys are just the most gorgeous people ever. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And you've baptized me. You've called me VVD.
Yeah.
I guess I should adopt
VVD,
that.
I mean, just...
Where is the D coming from?
Is it Adegwa or Ndegwa?
Ndegwa. So
Ndegwa.
Vivian Ndegwa.
Ndegwa.
Yeah.
Vivian.
So you decided it's Vivi and then D for the Ndegwa.
I actually thought
could
D.
take that.
Yeah, I mean,
that.
sounds lovely.
VVD. If I was an artist, I'm sure that would be such a good name. But thank you so much for coming, and all the best, you know, in your musical journey and everything that you're planning to do, and also on the awarding events that you're here for. We hope that you get to clinch the awards.
Hopefully.
You were nominated on three categories. Yeah, 3 categories. So all the best on that.
Thank you so much.
Okay, this is where we get to end this particular conversation. Don't you go too far, because Entertainment Thursday gets to continue.